Hi, my name is Alan from Dive, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, it's going to be something that is a lot of people are actually asking. How can you get iOS emojis over at your Android device? So this video is going to be really quick because it's actually very easy, but I'll be using BlueStacks as an Android emulator just to showcase to you on the big screen of how you can do it. So right now, we are on the desktop. And as you can see, I'm currently on our website, talkdive.com. If I were to search something, usually it would pop up with just any of your keyboards that you're using. It can be Google keyboard or Swift keys or whatever Android keyboard you are using. But again, I'm using an emulator right here, so I can just type directly on my keyboard. But on your keyboard right now, whatever you do, it's always going to pop up with just the Android emojis available. Now, me and my classmate and my friends, we have tested it out. There are actually more emojis over at iOS devices or Apple devices over at Android, especially unmodified Android devices. So what happened is that sometimes I have like 3 versions of only 2 versions of emojis on their device. Now, how can you get iOS looking emojis and also their emojis that are explicit to their iDevices? Basically, right now we are on, of course, let's say this is your Android tablet or Android device. You're going to head over to Play Store. You're going to search for iOS emoji right here. Now, once you search for iOS emoji, you want to go and scroll down and click on iOS emojis for Android by Codex Studios. Make sure you get this one because this one is the most stable one and it just works. So basically we go and click on iOS emojis for Android. We install that, of course, and you would have to log in on, of course, your Play Store. And here we have it downloaded. It's actually pretty new. It's actually on early access. There are ads just for when you open the application, but using it as a keyboard is no problem. No ads, no nothing. We click on open right here. Now pressing open, this would pop up. And then, of course, it would rotate the orientation. But as you can see, there are 2 things we have to do. Enable the iOS emoji and switch the keyboard of the Android software that you're using to the iOS keyboard. So here, iOS emojis keyboard, we press that. And then we enable it over at settings. We just press OK. We press OK again. And then we go back to the app. After that is done, we got to go and switch to the iOS emojis keyboard. So we press that, and then we just press on iOS emoji. Now that we're good, we can actually customize it. There are things. We can apply a theme on the keyboard. So as you can see, if we go into the appearance, we can go down here. We can modify it, vibrate on key press whatsoever. We can do the sounds just like the iOS. And of course, you also have the keyboard themes. Now, of course, on iOS, there's only light and dark. But since this is Android, they have added some more. But we're not talking about the keyboard here. Let me just put it on dark because I love dark mode every single time. Here, after you've done those steps, let's go back to my home screen and you'll get the app, of course. But now if I head over to our browser, if I try typing right now, as you can see, the keyboard looks exactly just like the one we have on iOS. But we're talking about the emojis here. What about the emojis? Look at it. We now have the emojis of our iOS device. So that is basically it. You have it. You also have the recents. Of course, it's not going to be, in the bottom part, it's not as accurate, just like iOS, but the actual emojis looks like iOS. And of course, these works on the website. It does work, of course, but some emojis would still look like Android because we didn't modify the emojis on the overall system. But if you ever do use one of the emojis here that are not really present on Android, it would still pop up, it would still work. And it should, this should be the latest version of what they have in iOS as well. Since the app is brand new, you can expect a little bug, but so far, no case of bugs happened to me. Anyway, that's all. Again, this is Alan from Dive. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you did learn something, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day.